Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, then thank you. Hi, my name is Ariel and I make videos about these guys. So today I am doing my August TBR, which I'm very excited about because it's a very extensive TBR that we all know I will not get to. I typically read like under 10 books, like between 5 to 10 is usually my number, which is actually very small for like people that make book content, but I'm a slow reader. I don't really skim. It takes me a while. That's how much I read, but this TBR is like 15 books long. July, I didn't spend a lot of time reading, and I feel like that always happens. Like June, I read a lot, and then July, I didn't read. So then I'm figuring August, I'm going to read a ton. Yeah, let's get into it. This is my August TBR. First, I'll start off with the books that I have already started because it's the 3rd of August. Like, you know, that's 72 hours of reading that I've already done. First book I have been working through for the past like 2 months and have not finished because it is a nonfiction, and those are more time consuming, I feel. So it's this book, which, like, look at this cover. It's so cute. I love when like the actual cover has a design and not just the dust jacket. But the actual book is called Joyful, and it is like a guide to how to make your physical space work for your mental health and like make you happy, and using material objects to aid in your happiness. So me being a shopaholic, that is ideal. And I've been loving it so far. I'm like probably a third of the way through, and I've just been reading like a chapter a week because that's the healthy balance for me in nonfiction. Like just a little dose every now and then, and it's really good. I have already like thought of ways that I can incorporate it into my room, and that's exciting. So great book so far. We'll continue and I'll let you know what I think of it. Next book is part of a series. It's the Off-Campus series that I have been also working through the past few months. I read The Deal a while ago, and then I stopped, which I usually do with series. Like I'll finish the first book, I'll love it, but then I'll be like, no, I gotta switch it up. I'm on the 3rd book of this. I read the last book, like The Mistake, last month. So good. And this is supposedly like everyone's favorite in the series. I can't really relate to that. So far, not loving it. I mean, I'm loving it. Like I love all of her books. They're just so digestible, and just they're like a good reality show. You just want to like keep reading and eating it up. And yeah, I just really don't like Dean. I don't know. I like Dean's parents. When he talks about his family, I'm like, they seem amazing. But him himself, I don't really know. But this is a long one. It's almost like 400 pages, and I'm 100 pages in. So we'll see. Allie is a theater major, so same. Well, I was. And yeah, we'll see. But I'm gonna try to get through this and maybe even the whole series. That's ambitious, especially because I have a lot of other books that I'm really looking forward to, but definitely will finish The Score. And then I have on hand The Goal, which is Tucker and Sabrina's story, which it's so exciting that like I know who Sabrina is now because she's mentioned in the second book. And so, and in the score already, you're like kind of getting a glimpse of her and Tucker, because they're like, Tucker's always missing. He has some new girl that we don't know about. And then you also get to see like the first time he sees her. So I don't know, the like crossover is just exciting. So The Goal, it is my goal to read that this month. So, and then they also have the Legendary, The Legacy, which is the last book in the series, which is following like all of them, which is very exciting. And I think it's like all of them like after college, so when they're like hockey stars. So that I will hopefully get to. I need to go and buy it, but I'm gonna wait till I finish those two before I buy it, because I don't need more. Cool. Next, we're on to the books that I have not read yet, but I want to. And they're all my physical books. So, the first I've had for a very long time, which is 9 Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty. And she wrote Big Little Lies, which I read like last year. And this is a TV show now. So, oh my goodness, this is making me look so red. When she's had 2 shots of tequila. Anyway, I'm gonna put that down. But the shirt's not helping. But it's a thriller that takes place in like Costa Rica or someplace like that, some like tropical place. And there's like a wait, so they're at like a health resort. They're on this like retreat, and it's 9 strangers that are there, and then stuff happens. That's literally all I know about it, but it's a, you know, it's a TV show now. She's a very popular writer. I'm sure it will be amazing. So I'm excited to read that. And I've had it on my TBR for so long, so I just need to get it out of the way. And I don't have many thrillers that I feel like match the summer mood. And I'm very much a like seasonal mood reader. So that one I feel like will match the mood, since they're on like a retreat and people do that in the summer, I think. I don't know. I've never been on a retreat. And yeah, I think that will be a good thriller to break up all of the romance, because summer is like, I only read romance books and just books that I don't have to think, you know? So on that front, I have another romance book, Every Summer After. This is the book of the summer. Everyone has been talking about it, by Carly Fortune, and it's a debut book about these like childhood friends to lovers. I'm pretty sure it's similar to Love in Other Words, which I have not read, but I've heard good things. And basically just everyone has said that they love this book. So I was like, I have to read it, especially before the end of summer, because like if I don't read it this month, I will not read it until next year. Like that is how I work with books. So I need to read it now. And that is why I'm so excited about this TBR, is because I have so many books that I have put off reading, and now I'm like, you have to read these or you're not going to until next summer. Because fall time rolls around and I'm like, I only want to read thrillers and dark academia and all of those, kind of books and classics. Like my IQ goes up exponentially in the fall. Like I don't know what it is about it, but every summer after, my aunt got me this, and she already read it and she said it was great. So excited. Then I have another book that I've had for a very long time, The Paper Palace, and this book I again know nothing about this. I bought this like last Christmas time with Christmas money, and I literally only bought it because of the cover. Like this is the prettiest cover I have ever seen. It's just so pleasing to my eye, and I was like, I need it. And I haven't really heard people talk about it, but Miss Reese Witherspoon recommends it, so you know it's probably gonna be good. I think it's just like a contemporary novel about childhood love and spellbinding surprises. Oh, it unfolds over 24 hours? Oh, and across 50 years. What? Decades of family legacy, love, lies, secrets, and unspoken childhood incidents lead Elle to the precipice of a life-changing decision. I don't really know, but it takes place in August. So I was like, I have to read it in August. If I don't get to this, I'm not gonna have a problem reading it in September. I just feel like it's kind of giving like end of summer into fall vibes, which can work in September. So this one's like at the bottom of my list, but it's there. So, The Paper Palace. Next, we have another summer themed book. One Italian Summer. Yeah, I have had this since I've had this since the beginning of summer and have not read it, so I need to. I have only heard bad things, so that's exciting. I actually kind of like it when a book is hated on, because then I have such low expectations that I end up loving it. Like when a book is raved about, like for instance Every Summer After, I have heard nothing but good things, and I'm scared to read it because I feel like I'm not gonna like it as much. But this one I'm excited to read because everybody seems to hate it. So I'm excited to see if I agree. And it's about this girl who loses her mother to like cancer or something. Her mother passes away and she decides to go to Italy, where her mom used to vacation or grew up there. Something has to do with her mother in Italy. And then while she's there, she meets her mother when her mother was like in her 20s. And so they're just like hanging out. And then I think a love story also happens, and it sounds very sad because like, I don't know, your mother passes away and then now you're hanging out with her as a 20-year-old. I don't know. And yeah, I saw a lot of people hating that in it. She's like, my mom is my soulmate, not the husband that I just broke up with. And I'm like, why? Like, why are you hating that? I need to just read it anyway. So yeah, also coming from someone who is very close to their mom, I'm like, I feel like I'll relate. And the cover is just adorable. It has little like gold foiling. Excited. Very excited about that. And it's very short. It's like 200 pages, so cannot go wrong. Then I have another book that I've had since last Christmas when I bought a book at like a Barnes & Noble Christmas sale that they have. And that is The Bachelor by Andrew Palmer. And this book looks like a nice little contemporary romance book, but it's not. It's like, I don't really know. It's this man who moves back to Iowa after he has this breakup, and he becomes obsessed with the show The Bachelor. And it's very like, I feel like it's going to be very no plot, just vibes, and very like introspective, which I'm not sure if I will like, because it is a man that wrote it and a man as the main character, which we know how girlies feel about reading about men. We don't like it. I feel like that's a universal thing. Like, I would much prefer to read about a woman. So we'll see, but I've had it on my list forever, so I just need to bite the bullet and get to reading it. And it's also like summer vibes again. I'm not gonna be reading this like I'm not gonna be reading this bundled up in a puffer jacket going sledding. I don't know why you would read a book going sledding, but I'm just like trying to think of like a winter activity and how I would not be reading this. Like at a little mountain lodge. I'm not opening this up. I'm opening up, I don't know, a Jane Austen book. We're opening up some sort of dark academia, okay? Not this. Okay, despite all I said about this giant TBR, I have a few exciting packages from Amazon that just came in because like I said, I'm trying to read all of these summer books that I had to do that. I'm trying to read all of the summer books that I like had on my TBR but never got around to. So I had to order the ones because I knew I wouldn't order them for another year if I didn't read them now. So I'm getting ahead, all right? And I forget about them next year, but I want to read them. Nope, Venus, don't eat that plastic. Okay. So the next book on my TBR I'm very excited for. It is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. And this is supposed to be like a retelling of an Agatha Christie novel. I've never read an Agatha Christie novel, so that's good because there's no spoilers for me. But I don't know if it'll actually be that close of a retelling because I read The Wife Upstairs and it was supposed to be a Jane Eyre retelling and it wasn't really, but I still loved it. Like, that was one of my favorite thrillers of last year. I just really liked her writing. So I'm very excited for this. It has all the summer vibes, so great way to close out summer. And yeah, Reckless Girls. I might bring that on my cruise vacation that I'm taking next week with my friends because we're gonna be reckless girlies. Okay, have another package. This is just turned into an unboxing video, but you know, we love that for us. Okay, we have another one. So, first of all, me being the obsessive anal person that I am, I hate that word, I had two of Emily Henry's books, the first two books, People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read, in hardcover from Book of the Month. But her new book never came out on Book of the Month. Book of the Month, this is a threat. If you don't stop, no. So I bought all 3 of the books in paperback, and I'm just gonna give away those 2 copies because I need them all to line up, and like, how cute is that? So I've already read these 2, so we're not gonna talk about those. But I bought Book Lovers because it's just like the book of the summer. Everyone has talked about it. I've heard mixed reviews, so I'm excited to see. A lot of people were like, I used to be obsessed with Emily Henry and this book didn't do it for me, and saying like maybe their taste has evolved. And I'm scared that's gonna happen to me because I started reading her when I was just getting into reading, so I don't know. I don't know if it like is gonna live up now that I'm a more avid reader. We'll see. Where's my phone, Venus? I don't want it to go off. And this cover, there it is. Where's my phone? Oh. And this cover feels weird. I don't know if it's just this copy, but it feels like sandpaper, which I don't really like. Like, this feels like sandpaper and this feels smooth. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Maybe. Like, it's not matte. It's just like sandpaper. Let me know if your book is like that. But Book Lovers and the other 2 paperbacks, because I am clinically insane. So, okay, I'm down to the last 2 physical books. So we have another little rom-com. Are we surprised? This has been a very popular one this summer, so I was like, I gotta read it before summer is over. And it is Funny You Should Ask, which I feel like has blown up mainly because of the cover. It's the cutest thing. The color combination, just gorgeous. I love that I own this. And this is like what is it? So this is about this girl who is a journalist, and she interviews this celebrity, and then they like fall in love or something along those lines. Apparently it's like supposed to be a retelling of this actual event that happened with one of the Chris's, Chris Hemsworth. I think that's who. Kind of upset that it's not a rom-com about Chris Hemsworth and Lizzo. That is actually what I need in my life, but we'll deal with Chris Hemsworth and a random journalist. And then the final physical book I have is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. And I have only read one Tessa Bailey book. Also, tell me why her books are like so long but so short. Like, this is a normal sized book. Wait, are they the same size? Am I losing my... No. You see? It's like short. They feel weird in my hand. I don't know how to like... Anyway, enough about the printing of this book. I've only read one other book, and I think it was like her worst one because it was called Window Shopping, I think. And it was one that she released last Christmas. It was like a novella, and it was so bad. I hated it. And so I haven't read any of her other stories. I really need to read What Happened Last Summer. I don't think that's what it's called, but I'll put it up here. I need to read that because everybody raves about it, but for some reason I haven't reached towards it. But this one sounded interesting because it's a love story with a mystery kind of element to it. A spicy murder mystery, that's what it says, and I am all for that. So My Killer Vacation. Then next, I only have a few books on like Kindle and Audible that I want to maybe get to. The first is called Heaven by Mieko Kawakami. I think that's her name. And I already started this. This is like a little novella that honestly I'm like a third of the way through and I still can't really describe what it's about. It follows this boy who is made fun of at school, and he connects with this other girl who is also made fun of at school, and they just have like these trippy, weird encounters together. It's very like classic contemporary Japanese fiction. Like, if you know, you know. Like, it's very, you're like, what's going on? There might be a touch of magical realism, I don't know yet. And you're like, this just feels slightly strange, not like our real world. You know what I mean? Like, it has those vibes. So it's been good so far. I don't really know what to think of it. I don't know where they're going with this story. And it's called Heaven. So I'm like, is someone gonna die? I don't know. But I'm listening to that, which is very exciting. It was like free with my Audible membership, or it was free on Kindle Unlimited, I'm not sure, but it was free, which is exciting because I almost bought it at the bookstore the other day, but now it's free. So if I like it, I'll probably buy the physical copy, but like I held myself off until now. Cool. So I don't really have many online, not physical books because of this giant stack of physical books. Like, I have literally 1, 2, 3, I think 12 physical books. So that is ambitious. Like, I'm not gonna get through that. So I really shouldn't have any of Kindle books, but I started the last Mrs. Parrish last month and I never finished it. So I would like to finish that. I'll probably just like read it on my phone whenever I'm out and about and don't have a book on hand. That's usually what I do. Like, Kindle on your phone is an underrated resource that I don't think people use enough. It's so handy though, because if you don't want to bring a book, and then also something about reading it like on your phone, it just feels so discreet. You know, like I could be at a nail salon and just like reading on my phone and they'll be like, oh, is she just scrolling through social media? I don't know. It's nice. So I recommend that. But yeah, those are really the only ones. The only other one that I have on Audible that maybe I'll read, like listen to on my drives, because I am often driving like an hour up to see my boyfriend and then an hour back. So I like to have audiobooks on hand. And so the other one I have from Kindle Unlimited is The Stopover from the Miles High Club, which is like another smut romance thing about like this rich guy who meets this girl on a plane, and I think it's like enemies to lovers. I'm not really too sure, but I thought that would be a nice little fluff read if I am in the mood for an audiobook. I've been kind of in like a music podcast mood for when I'm driving lately, but they're nice to have on hand. So that was my entire TBR for August. Far too ambitious for me, and I will probably only get to half of those, but you know, it's good to have high expectations, I guess. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you are planning to read any of these, or if you've already read them, or what book you are so excited to read this month. And stick around, subscribe and like and whatever. Thank you, and goodbye.